Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mystery Red Reads. I am your host, Mystery Red, and this is my disclaimer. This beta read in Concrete is at the author's request. This video is for learning purposes. Today we're looking at a piece of original fiction. We are looking at the working title, Journey by Amunetred. I have another read for this author of their chapter 1, but they have two versions of chapter 1. They have this version, which is the original and older version, and then they have, in my other video, their newer revised version. And so I'm going to actually do a read for this one, and that I've already done the read for the other one, and they can be compared. So, the summer before junior year, chapter 1, Tegan. Whoever said that little secrets grow into big lies could have used me for their poster child. It was never that I meant to keep them. It wasn't like I woke up planning my secrets for the day. When I lied, it was with good intentions. But it was those lies by omission, those shameful withholdings that I somehow justified. Those always ended the worst. I kept dark, unforgivable secrets. The kind that when people heard, they'd shun me for. But I knew I deserved it. Reaching for the fifth of honey whiskey, I took a swig, savoring the mellow burn seeping throughout my belly. I'd lied to save face more than once. I'd lie again if the situation called for it. With another hefty gulp, the ache in my heart dulled to a bearable numbness. Leaning back in the wicker chair, I balanced on its legs, digging my chipped lavender toenails into the balcony railing. Most people couldn't wait to be on an island. I glared at the wall of the building adjacent. If I wasn't such a damned mess, I'd be one of them. Maybe, if the view was better. Wisps of red. This thing wiggling is driving me nuts. It's wiggling as I'm scrolling up and down, and I'm not really sure how to make it stop doing that. Let's see. If I make it bigger, maybe? I don't know. What is this version over here in the side? It's not a Google Doc, it's a Word doc, so it's kind of like, I don't know how to make it stop wiggling. I just don't know. Is it the layout? Is it a view that I'm in that's making it do that? Oh, goody, I took away the whole, I took away the toolbar. Okay, I got it back. Is there a view? Okay. Print layout? How about draft? Oh, that was worse. Okay, I'm near blind, I cannot. Multiple pages, new window, switch windows, macros. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. I don't like that it's wiggling when I'm reading. It's very distracting. All right, where do we leave off? Leaning back in the wicker chair, I balanced on its legs, digging my chipped lavender toenails in the balcony railing. Most people couldn't wait to be on an island. I glared at the wall of the building adjacent. If I wasn't such a damned mess, I'd be one of them. Maybe, if the view was better. Wisps of red hair drifted into my eyes, clinging to my lashes. I brushed them aside, lifting my gaze to take in the sights. Fragments of moonlight filtered through the crooked arms of the live oak mashed against the roof. Across the balcony rails, the neighboring building was almost within arm's reach. From where I sat, life was bleak and crowded, yet ugly and alone, no matter how I looked at it. What a view, I grumbled, taking another sip. I'd been on Hilton Head 3 days. A normal teen would be ecstatic to spend the summer away from home. 3 whole months free of a disappointed mother, or the angry older sister dropping by unannounced, and no little sister to babysit. I should feel relieved. No, I should feel overjoyed. Yet there I was in the city I'd loved as a kid, missing the girl I used to be. As a child, the sand would stick to my fingers as I collected starfish, tossing them back into the sea. I'd pretend the ocean was reaching for me, chasing me, and I danced in her waves. The island hadn't seemed so small back then. I swallowed the lingering burn of alcohol. Now even this place was closing in on me. I missed the rolling hills of Kentucky with her wild sycamores and maples, the way their branches whipped about in the gusts of early summer winds. Their rustlings had always sent shivers through me, a thrill of energy I never knew what to do with. I missed the horses galloping across the fields, kicking up clumps of hay. I even missed the option of sweet or unsweet tea or the choice of oatmeal or grits, but I didn't miss the asshole I'd left behind. Somewhere below me, a dog was barking, one of those yapping kinds. A cat hissed like someone pulled its tail. I let the chair legs slam against the wood floor and peeked between the rails. "Here, kitty, kitty," I giggled. Kitty, kitty. Tegan, who are you talking to? My aunt opened the sliding door, the light catching the 3 beauty marks on her left cheek. They were like a little constellation, but of what I didn't know. 10 years older than me, with her spiky blonde hair and fuck-me eye makeup, she didn't look related to Mom. Alexa wasn't as wild as she used to be, though. I guess life could put out the fire in anyone, or someone could put it out for you. I didn't see Lex letting a guy take her to her darkest place, not like I had. She was too brave for that. Nobody, Lex, a cat in the parking lot. I raised my bottle to her in salute, and her blue eyes widened at the sight. Want a sip? No. Damn it, Dean, you just got here. Alexa reached for the bottle, but I pulled it to my chest, cradled it, and sniffed the strong honey alcohol mix. She swiped for it again, the poetry tattoo on her forearm a blur in my drunken haze. Don't tell me it was a mistake bringing you here. You're 17. I could go to jail. You'll end up in worse trouble than you've already been in, and your mom will never let me see you again. It can't get any worse. I swallowed another mouthful before allowing her to pry the bottle from my fingers. She disappeared into the condo with it, and I pressed my face against the rails, imagining I was in prison. I deserved to be there or worse for what I'd done. Then again, I had to live with it every day for the rest of my life, and that was a sentence in and of itself. Alexa's striped maxi dress ruffled in the breeze as she stepped through the sliding door. She tamed the skirt down as she took a seat beside me. Do you want to talk about it? Talk about it? I didn't even want to think about it. I wanted to shut my eyes, go to sleep, and wake up in some alternate reality where none of it ever happened. A lump rose to my throat. There were no do-overs. No, I want my bottle back. She reached out a slender hand to my shoulder. You don't want to be suffering with a hangover while Leo has you scrubbing mats at camp tomorrow. I shrugged her off, tipping my head toward the live oaks above. It's not going to help, Lex. There's no fixing this. I closed my eyes. This hurt, it's never going away. Never. Caleb's voice was a terrible sound, one smooth-talking, patronizing, manipulative noise I could never forget. I will find you wherever you go. I have eyes everywhere. You won't know. Not when, not who, not where. I own you. My stomach rolled. Ugh, I might lose my liquor. You won't know. In some ways, Caleb was right. In a lot of ways, he was, because I couldn't forget what brought me here. Despite the churning inside me, I wanted another drink. He'd scarred me for life. And I'd let it happen. Even with 600 miles between us, I feared it still may not be far enough. Not when, not who. It'll get better, T. You'll see. Alexa tried to rub my back, but I stood. I didn't want to talk, and I didn't want comforting. Not where. The sudden upright movement put spots before my eyes, and I stumbled backward into the rail. I righted myself, turned, and wove my way in the condo toward the front door. Alexa was a blurry image on her feet, demanding to know where I was going. I own you. Air. I needed air. Staggering into the access stairwell, I half stumbled down the 2 flights to the landing. I didn't stop until I reached the sidewalk. There, I struggled to enter the code for the gate. The keypad beeped and lit up, but did not release. I stepped back to read the sign with a passcode on it. How dumb is it to post a key to a lock for everyone to see? 543. My feet were like awkward boulders that I kept stumbling over as I returned to the gate to fumble with the lock. My world swam amid a curtain of alcohol, the numbers shifting in and out of focus. When it wouldn't open on my 5th try, I turned and slid my back down the fence, staring at the condo wall 20 feet away. I own you. Tegan, Alexa called from the wrong side of the building. I was a screw-up, one whose family couldn't stand her anymore. Even my friends had scattered like fleas under the assault of bug spray. Not that there had never been many fleas to begin with. Heat rose behind my eyes. I couldn't stand me either. My blood was a delicious shade of numb, my extremities wonderful as they tingled, but there was a knife in my heart. I'd tried to make things right every way I knew how, but with every choice I made, it seemed I was pulling that blade out, then jabbing it back in deeper. Maybe some actions just weren't forgivable, or maybe I wasn't. Tegan! Aware that Lex was running around bellowing my name, I climbed to my feet and struggled with the gate again. Finally, it opened. As I stumbled onto the sidewalk, the toe of my shoe grabbed the concrete. I went sprawling off the curb into the path of an oncoming car. My eyes locked on blinding gold-white headlights, but where I should be scrambling to get up, I wasn't. Tegan! Alexa shrieked. Redemption was a damned elusive beast. Bracing myself, I closed my eyes. Maybe I'd earned this. Okay, so that is chapter 1 of Journey. That is the original version. Okay, so it has been probably, first of all, this is my writing. I am Amunetred. And it has probably been 10 years, 7 years since I wrote this, maybe somewhere between 7 and 10 years ago, I wrote this. All right. This exact version right here was one that I polished to, this is actually a manuscript that I queried. Okay. And this story has problems. The later into it we get, there's some problems, and I'm aware of them, and I don't disagree with the recommendations. I sent this to, I did query it to publishers and to agents, and I did get rejections. But I have the feeling that that's probably because the problems come a little bit later on, or the subject matter is too heavy for what they're looking for, because I've got a main character drinking straight out the gate, and she's a teenager, okay? And a lot of people shy away from that. Whereas I am not, I just don't shy away from stuff. I really generally don't. I pretty much face everything kind of head on, and that's my personality. So as I reread this for the first time in years, I actually really liked it. I really liked it. I love the grittiness, the rawness of it. Some of the feedback that I got on some of the critique circle reads that were done for me on this, there was one person who just could not stand the character. She's like, this drinking is too much, it's excessive. Wow. And then she has no hope. She's literally laying there waiting to die. She has no hope. You have to inspire hope in the first chapter. So in my revision, that was something that I tried to work in. And so I will upload, I'll have both of them uploaded, and you can, I'll make a playlist for Amunetred, and then you can listen to the first and second version and decide which one you like better and why. I talk about, I think I talk about the crit that I received. I did submit this manuscript to a published author for her critique, and I paid her for it. She gave me a full 4-5 page report that was very good, very helpful, and she made very good points. She also noted that the manuscript itself was clean and my writing is very good. It was more plot issues, and I don't disagree with them. I can see where they're coming from. However, I do think my writing in this opening chapter, I actually think it was really, really good, and I almost like this better than I like the tone of this better than the revised version, although I think the revised version is more marketable. So there's something to be said for both. And I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. So please, in the comments, let me hear what you have to say. Which one do you like better and why? And I'll see you guys next time on Mystery Odd Reads.